Well, it is 6:16 and time now for What's Trending. A 68-year-old Wisconsin woman is making the trek of a lifetime. She is attempting to kayak nearly 2,400 miles down the Mississippi River. Bobby Rather is going to attempt to go down the Mississippi River as a solo kayaker. Rather is doing it for a couple of reasons. One is it's a time for living simply with deep personal reflection, and the other is to give back to the African American community. Rather is teaming up with Hope Restores, which is based in La Crosse and acts as a community center for the African American community. The hope is that people will pledge per mile or simply donate on behalf of Bobby's trek. Rather, it expects to launch from the Mississippi source waters later this month, and she hopes to reach the Gulf by Labor Day, and the whole river is 2,340 miles. And I couldn't even imagine going that far on a kayak. My back starts to hurt after like an hour. Granted, I have like a $200 kayak, so yeah. I think the cheap plastic probably doesn't help with my back hurting, but I first would like to try and practice going from Eagle River to Three Lakes using those chains as well.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's just really cool. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I think I saw on the map, it started in Minnesota, then obviously right down to Mississippi where it goes, and obviously it goes all the way down with the Gulf Coast, so hopefully all goes well and finishing up by Labor Day, though, and I know that's going to be hard on the back, but thankfully, though, this person will be near some cities, so I mean, if the back starts hurting, maybe go to a chiropractor office and get the back adjusted.
You just need like a few, maybe like an hour just for lunch, and then get back on your way.
Right? Yeah, you'll at least be able to make.
Thankfully, she's got the water flowing with her, so that'll ease up on the on her efforts.
Oh, that will help too. I mean, and plus, whenever you're outside in nature, it's just so beautiful when you get to take a look at things and just enjoy all that.
It's such like a magnificent river too. Like, you're from Illinois, so you've seen the Mississippi River a lot more than I have. So.
Oh yeah, and I know I've been to the Quad Cities of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, and of course Mississippi is right in between there. It's just amazing to see the power and the size of that river too. So that'll be rather cool. But meanwhile, though, something else is cool is our next story: the rock band Kiss. And yes, Kevin, you made fun of me with this before the show. I have heard of the band Kiss. So sometimes there's some bands and movies I have not watched and everything else, and Kevin likes to give me grief about it. But otherwise, though, back to the story, though. Rock band Kiss is taking the restaurant business on the road to Wisconsin. Legendary rockers Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley broke ground on the newest location. I must have said a name wrong because you guys are laughing right now. Gene Simmons, thank you. See, as you can tell, I don't pay too much attention, but Paul Stanley broke ground on the newest location for the Rock and Brews restaurant in Milwaukee Thursday. The restaurant is part of a $100 million project at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, according to the Rock and Brews website. The Milwaukee location will be the first in the state, and the band has also opened locations in California, Florida, Missouri, Texas, and Kansas. It's a Monday, Kevin. I don't know.
I get you, but no, it's actually pretty cool.
I mean, I heard of the band Kiss, so I don't think I just ever researched much into the name. So. But yeah, that's
I'm just giving you a hard time on that. Yeah, right. So I also heard our assistant director James in the background.
He's like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And probably some other choice words too.
Probably, but you know, it's actually pretty cool when the rock bands and music artists open up their own bar as well. Because I've been to Nashville a few times, and on Broadway there they got a bunch of country artists and all their bars that are along the strip there, and it's actually a really cool experience to go down there.
And obviously, even I think even some NBA players. I'm blanking on maybe on which ones have open restaurants, but I just know some have before. So it seems like this is becoming more common, or maybe it has been common already. I
think it's a lot of these
celebrities to open their own restaurants, and
especially when they retire as well. So, but taking a turn to our last story, the sun, earth, and moon aligned Sunday night and into early this morning, creating a total lunar eclipse. NASA featured live streams of the event and held a Q&A on their social media. The lunar eclipse started just after 9 p.m. last night, with the full eclipse happening after 11 p.m. before ending just before 1 in the morning. During a lunar eclipse, Earth's atmosphere scatters sunlight, and unlike a solar eclipse, sunglasses were not needed to view the event. You know, I got outside at work about just after midnight, and I was able to see the eclipse. It was actually pretty cool. It was nice to see that we actually had clear skies to view this as well.
We did. Of course, I favored my beauty sleep, so yeah. I did have to stay asleep though for that. But definitely really cool when you get to see that though, and I got to laugh too. Scunlight.
Oh, jeez.
I had to since we're making fun of each other today, though. But yeah, it's cool when you see the moon going into the Earth's shadow and you see that cool little red glow. So definitely a cool little scientific phenomenon, though. Usually when you have these eclipses happening, usually that means a solar eclipse has happened or could soon happen. So it's fun to see how the two kind of work together.